Well, since the start of President Trump's second term, California has pushed back on federal immigration policies, including how detention centers are operated.
Now, state leaders are reacting to the sale of 2 of those facilities to the federal government.
ABC 10 State Matters political reporter Jenny Huh is here now with those details.
Well, details still need to be finalized in this near $1.5 billion sale for the 2 facilities. The federal government tells us they bought the facilities to be able to more directly arrest, detain, and remove, quote, illegal aliens.
That's part of the battle we're in, right? They find new ways to brutalize people and cheat the law. We have to find new ways to hold them accountable and assert our own California values and our own California states' rights.
Detention facilities have been at the forefront of California's pushback against the federal government over immigration enforcement. Immigrant rights advocates say they're concerned about how detainees are treated.
In the last year, 6 people have died inside California's private detention facilities.
There are 8 total detention centers in California. Last week, one of those operators, private prison company CoreCivic, sold its facilities in California City and Otay Mesa to the federal government in a near $1.5 billion deal.
The federal government, by owning the facilities and for them not being private, gains a sense of immunity from the state's laws and any state intrusion onto how the federal government operates.
Experts say to use the facilities, the federal government typically contracts with private prisons, which have to follow California rules and regulations. But when it's all federally owned and operated...
What do you think is the biggest difference we will see in terms of at least how these 2 specific facilities will be able to be regulated?
There's little state oversight.
CoreCivic says the company will still carry out day-to-day operations, at least for now. Its California City contract expires in August 2027. Its Otay Mesa contract expires in December 2029.
Now they're being bought out by the federal government so that they can be exempt from more scrutiny is completely disgusting.
California Democrats like Assemblymember Alex Lee have been pushing so-called anti-ICE legislation. A spokesperson for the U.S. Department of Homeland Security points to such pushback as the reason for their purchase. They say in part, quote, unlike in states like Florida and Oklahoma, ICE cannot rely on local, state, and county partners for detention space in California. The state's sanctuary politicians continue to push legislation to outlaw or make private prisons financially infeasible.
We have to deny more and more of these corporations any tax breaks or subsidies with California dollars.
Lee says his efforts to limit tax credits for companies and tax 50% of their revenue will continue so long as CoreCivic or others operating in California assist in detention center operations.
I mean, very simply put, California isn't deterred by this.
No, California is not going to be deterred by the federal government trying to cheat accountability.
And a spokesperson for Governor Newsom tells us in part, quote, the federal government is using taxpayer dollars to reward human suffering while doing everything they can to avoid transparency and accountability to the American public. Chris.
Okay, Jeannie, thank you.